Hi there, welcome to Vechain Wyckoff Technical Analysis session. If you're new to my sessions, here are the key takeaways you can expect. I'll cover the Wyckoff stages, both current and coming, for both the weekly and daily time frames of Vechain. Also, I'll touch on the key price levels where Vechain will find support or resistance. And finally, the breakout timing, if the charts are indicating to us any. So let's start with the weekly chart, and here we see for these 2 weeks, this week that just started a day or so ago, and last week, currently is still kind of trading within the same narrow range below this white dashed line, this resistance. That's extended from the previous selling climax and test, multiple tests. Alright, so that's the current situation over here, and we did say in previous sessions that a spring may still be near. While this is already a level of a spring, meaning it closed lower than the selling climax, it happened also back in October last year, around the same time. So you see that October 28th, the same week. We are at the same week also. So is that coincidence? Would the price climb? Same as what happened last year? We'll soon find out. But the key thing is, this week edged outside of this downward channel. So that's short-term relief for people like worrying that it may continue along this path. But not saying that it can't come down to test the red level or even lower. So that's what happened back in August 2023 and also December 2022. So those multiple occasions reach or even breach the level of 0.015. Alright, so October 10th did it and went all the way to this level of 0.0095. That's where the dip was back in November 2020. Okay, so that's the big picture. Before getting to the daily chart, just two more things. Obviously, the chance of going up is still there, just that it's lower than like confirming the spring. Confirming the spring is the first thing. Like whether it's going to end here or is it going to end nearer the red line. Then we'll look for sign of strength and potential platform trading period, like horizontal trading period for backup and last point of support before it shoots to the new distribution cycle. Previously, it was something that looks like a backup and last point of support period, but then it immediately retraced and like with a very big retracement in the following weeks as well. So that's why currently we have to go through this one, which is still of a lower chance at the moment, before it can go higher up. Okay, last thing to check before we get into the daily chart is the Bollinger Band curve squeeze. Currently, the squeeze is still going on. You see this large patch, this shade, right? It started sometime in early June. We're still going through a squeeze. If you're new to this indicator, after a squeeze, there will be bigger price swings. Okay? It doesn't always go to the upside first. Sometimes it can go to the downside before it pops up. Alright, so that's the Bollinger Band curve squeeze indicator, and we're still going through it. It can last for a very long time sometimes, like over a year or so, if it's a prolonged accumulation. And to the daily, we are also going through a squeeze period. So you see, it's in the daily there were some swings. So essentially, this one we're currently going through started from early August. So you see this very flat period. Even though like after the October 10th, we're still kind of at that flat range. The purple went out for a short while because of that plunge, but we're currently re-entering a squeeze again. So you can see this, how frequent this happen compared to the weekly chart, right? So when this start to happen, expect some kind of swing to come. So in the daily chart, we have gone through a spring on the 10th and 11th compared to the earlier lows, alright? And what we are expecting is just the same as we talked about the weekly. The sign of strength and the actual backup and last point of support. That one was a failed attempt towards the neo distribution cycle. That's not the case. Let's align that to 35% and that's 65. Just to double check I align them correctly. Alright. I don't think. Okay, yeah, that's what we put in last time. Let's align them. So what I mean here is, if it trades sideways, it's going to be more tests. And the spring is pending confirmed, which is the highest chance now. And that remained as a lower priority compared to staying at the lower range. So for this, it means the same. Alright? So that now those two are aligned with the weekly chart. So here, while we're expecting more tests along this line, you see clearly that the price over the past 3 days has edged outside of this triangle, formed by the ceiling of the downtrend as well as the red key level. So that's a slightly positive indication for the short term, because what can happen is, see today's rejection, right? And also yesterday's opening high above the white dash line, just to get rejected to where we opened today. And this is like the third day it tried to went above the white line over here, but then again got pushed down really hard. I explained the white line that's formed by the previous test, so just not to repeat in detail. If there are any timing that's being indicated, I'm trying to draw some lines, because what happened over here is that we are actually, so whether or not you consider yesterday was a breakout or even today, we're still, the price is still within this wedge that's formed by the price actions of the past 2 weeks. We are actually getting very close to the tip. So tomorrow is kind of like the last day for it to show us. If we adjust this, however, based on yesterday's candlestick and today's wick, we've got 2 to 3 more days, pointing towards Saturday. So if this uptrend, let me change to another color, this green line heading upwards, you see it's crossing this white dash line over there. That date is November 5th. So from the 2nd to the 5th, there are 2 breakout time points. So the 2nd over here is formed by these 2 lines. So this wedge over here, this updated wedge, because the price got back into the original old wedge. That was the old one. Alright. Let's change this to a purple. The purple line was the old one, but these 2 days was interesting. It went out. Was it a fake blue? Maybe it is, and then it came back down to within the wedge. So that's why I said there are still a day or 2 before the price actually confirms a breakout outside of the old wedge. But then, based on the past 2 days, like including today's price action, we've got a new wedge that's pointing towards like Saturday. And eventually, if the price continues to trade within this ascending or this triangle over here, then we've got another date of November 5th. So multiple occasions that the price can eventually close above this white line, or it's going to confirm this green uptrend no longer works and falls back to test the red key level. So that's why I say there is a high possibility for it to come horizontal to show us more tests. But this is the next few days is key, whether it's going to confirm this 65 or is it going to go above this white line, the white dash line, and then once again trade at least between the two white dash lines, much like what happened during June-July period. Alright, so wait for a few more days, then it will be confirmed. So that's for Vechain with all the Wyckoff stages, key levels, and breakout timing. Good luck trading. See you very